Hello my friend, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to solve some problems in calculus. So here we are going to evaluate the limit of certain functions. So here I have 4 examples, so we are going to find the limits of those functions. So the first example is a rational function which is 2x squared plus 1 over x squared plus 6x minus 4. So limit x goes to 2 of this function. So when you have a rational functions, look at the denominator. When x goes to 2, what happens to your denominator? Is 2 squared is 4, 2 times 6 is 12, 12 plus 4 is 16, minus 4 is 12, right? So here you don't have 0 in the denominator when x goes to 2. So in this situation, to find the limit, you can use limit laws. For this, you can use limit x goes to 2 of the numerator and limit x goes to 2 x squared plus 6x minus 4. So you can use this limit law to solve this because your numerator is not 0 at x equals 2. Okay, so then x goes to 2, 2x squared plus 1. So that means you have to look at x equals 2 plus 1 numerator, and the denominator 2 squared plus 6 times 2 minus 4. So then what's the value? So here 2 squared times 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9, 9 over here 4, positive 4, here negative 4, so these two cancel, and then 2 times 6 is 12. So the limit x goes to 2 of this function is 9 over 12. So this is the answer. Okay, and then let's look at the second example. So here you have the multiplication of two functions, 1 plus x to the power 1/3, right? The meaning of this one is x to the power 1/3 times 2 minus 6x squared plus x to the power 3. Okay, so here we don't have any denominators, we just have product of two functions. So let's look at the limit at when x goes to 8. First I'm going to write this one as x to the power 1/3. Okay, so this one is limit x goes to 8, 1 plus x to the power 1/3 times 2 minus 6x squared plus x cubed. So you can use limit laws. Limit x goes to 8, the limit of the first function x to the power 1/3 times limit x goes to 8, 2 minus 6 squared plus x to the power 3. So this is the production law, right? Product law. And then you can substitute limit x goes to 8. So here you have 1 plus x goes to 8, 8 to the power 1/3 times this one 2 minus 6, 8 to the power 2 plus 8 to the power 3, right? And then what is this? 1 plus, you can write 8, 2 to the power 3. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, right? 2 to the power 3 to the power 1/3, right? And then here you can simplify. This is 2 minus 6 times 8 square is 64. 64 times 6 is 384 plus 8 to the power 3 is 512, right? And this is 2 to the power 3 to the power 1/3. So you multiply these 3 and 1/3, right? then it cancels 3 to 3, right? So you end up with 1 plus 2 here, because 2 to the power 3 you multiply 1/3, cancel, you end up with 2, right? And here you have 14 minus 384, so that means 130, right? So that is 3 times 130, which is 390. So the limit of this function is at when s goes to 8, 390. Okay, so let's look at the third function. As you can see, the limit x goes to 2, the function of this the limit of this rational function, right? Here look at the denominator, it's x minus 2, x goes to 2, denominator 2 minus 2, right? It is 0. So we have to do something to remove that situation, right? Denominator is 0 when x goes to 2. So therefore we have to do something before finding the limit, right? So look at the numerator, we can factor this one, right? So factor out the numerator. It's a quadratic function. Denominator you have x minus 2. So what are the factors of this quadratic function? X, and here 6, and here positive x. So x can be written as 2 times 3. So 2 times 3, so it should be negative, so one should be positive and the other number should be negative. So here positive x, so the large number should be positive and the smallest number should be negative. So now as you can see, numerator you have x minus 2, denominator you have x minus 2. Then you can cancel these two, right? And then you have limit x goes to 2, you have only x plus 3, right? So then what is the limit? X goes to 2 is 2 plus 3, which is 5, right? Okay, so let's look at this one. So as you can see, as x goes to 1, 1 square minus 1 is 0, right? So we have to remove that situation before we find the limit, right? Look at the numerator, you can see it's x to the power 3 minus 1. We can write down this one as x to the power 3 minus 1 to the power 3, right? 1 to the power 3 is 1. How do you find the factor of this one, x? How do you write the factors for this? So you can write x minus 1, and here you have x squared plus x, this one is plus 1, right? This is how you find the factor of this type of function, right? It's not a quadratic function, it's a cubic function. This is how you factor out this kind of a cubic function. And then you have denominator, it's x square minus 1. X square minus 1 is like x square minus 1 square. It's like difference of 2 squares, right? You can write difference of 2 square like this, x minus 1 times x plus 1. So those are the factors of this function. So numerator can be written as x minus 1 times x plus 1, right? So then numerator you have x minus 1, denominator you have x minus 1. So these two cancel, and then you have limit x goes to 1, x squared plus x plus 1 over x plus 1. So now x goes to 1, you have numerator, and the denominator you have 2, right? So denominator is not equals to 0. Now you can use limit laws. X goes to 1, x squared plus x plus 1 divided by limit x goes to 1, x plus 1. So what is the limit then? you substitute 1 for x 1 square plus 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1, right? So that means you have 3 over 2. So the limit of this function is 3 over 2. So here we use the factorization property of quadratic function, like the difference of two squares, x minus 1, x plus 1, and also difference of two cubic functions, x to the power 3 minus 1 to the power 3 can be written as x minus 1 times x squared plus x plus 1, right? So we use those two properties to find the limit of this function, because when x goes to 1, denominator equals 0. So that's why we have to go over this process to find the limit of this function. Okay. So in the previous situation, we had the same situation, denominator equals 0 when x goes to 2. So we had to factor out the numerator and then cancel some function and then find the limit. Okay. So this is a sum of the functions, and this is how you calculate the limits of these kind of functions. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you understand this one. If you have any question, please comment. Bye.